Chat, my check, my check. Oh my god, Shadow. I'm not late, dude. I'm late. I am late. So my check good? So we can do this thing? Alright. Okay, ISIS. Alright, so we all know the drill. These are meant to be VODs. If you're here live, I mean, thank you for being with me. We get the banter. I'll say hello to all of you, and then we'll move, right into the meat and potatoes of tonight. Let me pull my notes up. I got a little excited and I forgot about my notes. Can't have predictions without notes, because then you're not professional. Okay. All right, chat. Real quick, I'm gonna say hello to all of the loyalists here, the fans. If you're lurking, say hello. I'd love to say hi back. Let's see. Shadow was first. Tomsy? Dude, how do you say it? Tomsy? It's gotta be Tomsy. Was Thirst? LTS mod, shout out to you. Alcool is here as well. Freaking Gorilla Wizards, man. They're a bunch of weirdos. Arctic Hunter's here, good to see you. A7 is here, always good to see A7. Hyper Knight, get back in jail. Ice Neo, of course, it's kind of okay to see you. Bahamut is here, saying we already know who's going to dominate. That's right. If you have predictions, you gotta say them. You gotta say them in global chat, or you might get muted. Beasky is here, rest in peace LDS. Bro, LDS, that's gotta be 4 seasons ago now, right? Damn, what a callback. Caveman's here, what's up? Rack is here. It's good to see you, Rack. Everyone like the stream right now if you can. Just help me out. Caveman says still CF's still dead. Pretty sure his computer's still broken, but this what should I say, this series, the predictions, the mid-season review, and then like the seasonal review if I get to it. This is my content. So I don't do this with CF. This is just me with predictions, talking with all of you. Usually I'm wrong. I've been right though. 1 out of 5 times. Checky's here. What's up, Checky? All right. Shout out to all the YouTube members here and the mods. Okay, let's do this thing. All right. First and foremost, for everyone watching and the VOD squad, there's going to be chapters, so don't feel like you gotta, if you gotta step out, you're not going to miss much. I will have the chapters up probably tomorrow. Cutie, member for 21 months at the homie level, the highest level we have, saying happy 21. I had my for first. Okay. He's making a beer joke, and it's very hard to read. But shout out to Cutie for supporting us for essentially since day 0 at the highest tier. Yeah, that's good. All right, anyway. But there will be chapters. So if you have guildies, might want to send this video to them. It'd be kind of cool. Show them what's up. All right. So this is the seasonal guild leaderboard within SimpleMMO here. We created this thing back with season 0. If you don't know this, if you're new here, and then it got adopted into the game, and we inspired it. And so starting last season, I don't have a lot of time anymore, a lot of free time, but I do. I eke out enough time to do these predictions because I find them fun. And I started in season 8 doing a prediction video, and then like a mid-season review, and then that kind of like all comes together during the last progress report for the season, which we did on the Thursday stream. Which, if you don't know, the Couch Cat stream is every Thursday at 7 p.m. US Eastern, and the season 8 just concluded within the SimpleMMO Seasonal Guild Leaderboard, or SGL for short, and now we're season 9 has been live essentially since Thursday, parts of Thursday, and I'm here to go over my predictions. I have them broken up in different segments for where I think guilds are going to be at, who's going to dominate, like the title says. And this is all based on historical data from season 8, and just kind of like shooting from the hip here with some new names and rosters. But yeah, it's gonna be great. It'll be fine. Also, has anyone like upgraded Discord and it just like goes gray on you? Okay, fun stuff. It is not Thursday. Okay, you better stop trolling me. AIM is here. What's up, AIM? Playing Oblivion. I am too, and it runs like dog water on my PC. I am like always at like 49 or 53 FPS in the open world. Like, why? Okay. It's so smooth for Cutie. Just like your bum, dude. Okay, so I'm going to start with... so I'm going to pull up the current... like the current progress for season 9. Just so we have some visualization here. And I am using Zildin's Simple Wolf bot. If you don't know, it's got a bunch of great quality of life features, guild tracking, item tracking, just personal stat tracking, all that good stuff. You can check it out. Link down in the description. Highly recommend it. And if you love it, he's got a Patreon. Consider donating. Help the man out. But I am using it through the partnership to track our iteration of the SGL, and you'll see here since partial Thursday, Celestial Tier is looking wild. And in my prediction breakdown, Celestial Tier is pretty much what I'm focusing on for the first half of the video. And right now, from third place within season 8, we have Shadow Garden at number 1. With, of course, a huge EXP boon because of all the wars ending prior and wars popping from season 8. Like these gigantic guilds, just propelling forward immediately. Not even a week of progress yet. But yeah, so we have Shadow Garden here at number 1. We have TSL, the previous winners of Season 8, at number 2. We have the Coven. They broke into Celestial Tier for a little bit, and then were knocked down, and now here they are at number 3. Duality, the newest guild. Hell Troop is the second newest guild, I believe. But Duality, the newest guild, being ran by Chaotic Serenity. And we're going to take a closer look at them in a minute. And then Church of Binks, aka Factory Reset, aka Ring Factory. Amelia, since you're here, is this like the new official guild name? Like, what's going on here? Because, April Fool's is over. Like, how long is this going to last? Is this it? Okay. Sorry, I'm just so thirsty. I'm so dehydrated. I had a beer chat and now I'm thirsty. FR Church of Binks. Okay. I'm just going to say, man, that's probably it forever. So this is the current iteration, or I should say the current lineup of Celestial Tier. So based off this and progress made in Season 8 and words shared to me from Shadow Garden, I've made my predictions for Celestial Tier nearing the end of Season 9. To be fair, I haven't talked to everyone, right? I haven't talked to Bombs and TSL, things of that nature. But just based off what happened last season and what could happen this season, here are my predictions for the top 5 guilds. So I'm going ahead. I had RS last season, right? Because they were number 1 for the most part. I was partially wrong. But for number 1, I have TSL, just because they've proven time and time again. They have the track record. I'm not going to say what I said last stream. Bombs made sure everyone found out. But they are easily a number 1, like the number 1 guild in Celestial Tier, and have been before. So I'm saying now, Season 9, I don't know when, because they don't... TSL, they're really good at pacing and then not sleeping for like days straight to catch up. Maybe that's not really good at pacing. Oh, Kimtress is here. Hold on. And that's it. Okay. But yeah, TSL number 1. Number 2, I'm throwing a lot. I'm bullish on this guild just because who's running it and who's in it. But I think Duality is an easy contender for number 2. And we're going to look at their lineup and why I think that. But there are some, there's some things I'm bearish on in that lineup. And then number 3, we have Coven. So I didn't really... last season, I said they were just a new guild. Oh my gosh. They're just a new guild to keep an eye on because they have Tansy, 1 million plus player. Desi has led a guild before, the first iteration of Coven, before she deleted it. And they started with very strong players in the beginning. But here they are with their shotgun boost of experience. And I believe Tansy's here to stay. I thought she would eventually, flow back between Fly and TSL and more of a permanent, semi-permanent status between those two guilds, her original homes. But up here, she's staying in Coven for the time being. And then 4 and 5, it's a coin flip. I believe Wolf can be fourth place. And I believe Church of Binks, or FR, can be 4th place. And I also believe they could be 4th or 5th place. So, 4th and 5th is flip between those two. Shout out to Wolf. No bias whatsoever. I'm in it. And then FR... Now that some guilds have moved out of the way, especially RS, I think FR can finally see Celestial Tier again, but they will definitely have to kick it up to what they used to be when guilds like Babel and the Force were around. And yeah, I know the Force is top 10 right now, but they're retired officially. But yeah, so those are top 5 Celestial Tier by the end of Season 9. The final positions. Again, 1 TSL, 2 Duality, 3 Coven, 4th FR or Wolf, 5th FR or Wolf. Is that kind of like a cop-out? I don't know. Dagon, welcome to the stream. Mod shout out to you. Okay, but that's my predictions for Celestial Tier. And real quick, I wanna look closely here. So again, using the SimpleWolf app, this is available to everyone using Guild Check. You can see guilds' current lineups, their warriors and non-attackables as well. But I just wanted to highlight again. This is Chaotic Serenity we're talking about. A monster, a monster on 2 legs. But also we have Wolf alumni Thirin. We have Disdain, who's been in all the top tier guilds, Babel, etc. We have Mr. Right as well returning to the game. I mean, they returned, last season, but they're here and now they're in Duality. We have Prostor's Asmir, who led Prostor to breach into Celestial Tier and become a peer-to-peer when they have a history of being in the top 15. So it was Prostor's personal best. Asmir was part of that, and they also said that there could be potential the potential for core PvPers from Prostor migrating to Duality. And then you have Not Goblin, who's been around for a bit. He's a crazy PvPer. And a couple others I don't really know, like Zod and stuff. I don't know. But they have Skibidi Spaghetti. They're in it, dude. That's it. They won the what the fuck? Anyway, yeah. So that's Duality's roster. I think that's why they're going to be successful. But there's 2 sides to this, okay? They could be successful because they have the old guard, quote unquote, who've been in highly successful guilds who were number 1 or number 3, in the top 3, who've PvP'd, millions of bodies, right? They've dropped millions of bodies in the leaderboard. They've done it. But on the flip side of that, I personally, okay, I have not seen Chaotic Serenity as a leader. And everyone who creates their own guild, from being like the rock star of another guild, they always say it's a completely different atmosphere. So I'm interested to see Chaotic in that position and their growth. Hopefully there's no burnout, right? So that's one thing I'm bearish on, is just like his track record of leading a guild. And then 2, these guild mates, these warriors specifically, because they've been there, done that. I wonder if they, they have the stomach for it. Like if they're like, oh my god, you know what? This actually, it's not that great to burn through EP daily like this to stay ahead and fight TSL in a peer-to-peer battle. But most of these people just did that in RS. So that's why I'm like, maybe they need some recoup, some downtime. But they're here. They're in top 5 already. So the ceiling's high for them. So Duality is definitely a guild to keep your eye on. Okay, so that's for the positioning there and why I believe that. For the next section, this is possible Celestial contenders throughout Season 8. I'm going to show you the next tier here. And in the next tier, with the current progress, we have Wolfblood at number 6, RS at number 7, The Forest at number 8, Golden Arrows at number 9, and Still Friendly 2 at number 10. And out of all this group, now I've already predicted Wolfblood being in Celestial Tier. Once, the groove is, or the pace is set, we have a very good core warrior group to steadily make progress. Out of all of these guilds besides Wolf, I think RS, now they've announced, they've said going into retirement or pulling back from being serious, or not being serious, but pulling back from maintaining the type of tempo that would require for them to be a number 1 guild. But that being said, I don't think they're completely out of the picture yet. Of course, I would need to watch them more closely for the next 3 weeks. I usually give guilds 3 weeks within the season to see where they're truly going to be at or progress to. But out of all this, I think RS could come back to the Celestial Tier, if Wolf or FR slip. Amelia, thank you so much for the $2 saying Church of Binks is recruiting warriors wanted. Well, okay, there you go. Yeah, use as long as you're donating, use this chat to recruit. Gostier says Shadow, you were supposed to do that too. Yeah, so yeah, RS, I believe so. And you might have caught on that I have not said SG yet. You know, the former top three guild in SimpleMMO. We'll get to that soon. So we're moving on to the next section here of predictions, which is where I'm about to talk about SG for the possible top 10 upsets, and that could go either way. That could, guilds breaching into the top 10 that have not previously done it, and guilds decaying or falling into the top 10 because of low performance. Caveman, thank you so much for being a Couch Cat member for 21 months, just like Cutie, man. We're all 21 here. Saying, don't join the Great Binks, Warriors not welcome. Man, Caveman was saving that, but thank you so much for being a member, Caveman, supporting us here. All right. Aim says, Caveman, you make Binks sad. Damn, dude. You can't do that, man. That's bad. That's bad lore. But anyway, so possible top 10 upsets. So for guilds potentially breaching into the top 10, see if I can capture them here. There we go. One of my predictions is Helheim. Helheim, their previous best was number 12. They've just now pushed back to the 12th position here, as you can see with the quick progress from last Thursday. I believe they will hit top 10. I predicted this last season. They didn't get there, but they got to 12 from, 15 and below. So their skill ceiling is high. And I feel like they found their groove. They found how, what works for them. Die by the Sword is constantly in my DMs, giving me updates, giving me insight. So if something goes wrong, I'll find out, and my prediction means nothing. But I believe Helheim this season can hit top 10. And if they can't, then every other guild has buffed. They've gotten a buff, the new season buff. But yeah, I am sticking with Helheim here. Pushing to top 10. Another guild that I don't think I predicted them to be top 10 last season, but I predicted, I don't know if I even predicted them because the way the split happened. But anyway, yeah, I didn't, because DGK split about a couple of weeks into the season. But now I'm predicting GG. So right here, Kingdoms of blah, 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 of Valheim. Shit. Anyway, I'm predicting Kingdom GG will breach into top 10. I mean, they're already at 11. They were top 10. They got bumped down to 11. But I think they could potentially maintain once they get back into the top 10, the legendary tier. So those two, Helheim and GG, I'm hoping for the best. I'd love to see that from them, especially from Zaxxas. He's active, and I'm always rooting for him in Helheim, of course. But Tom C says Shadow Garden is recruiting, Warriors welcome. Thank you for the $2. Tom C. Yeah, man, everyone, let's just start donating and recruiting. Won't get banned here for that. Anyway, so for the third prediction within the top 10 upsets, I have Shadow Garden. All right, and I know Shadow Garden, they were top 3. Literally no one could touch them. They were they were in their own realm for the first time ever in their seasonal run. I mean, they had their personal best. They had a solid lineup, and Shadow did not disappear for exams. It was just truly remarkable to see what Shadow Garden and they call them the council, right? The co-leads and stuff, could pull out of their ass and do. But now I'm thinking they're going to decay. They have so much EXP right now as a buffer, so it'll take a while. But Shadow is just not doing well. Shadow is not spreading a positive message about Shadow Garden. So if you're an analyst like me, which who the fuck is an analyst for SimpleMMO? All right, I know. Fine. But you just wouldn't. You're bearish on SG. You're bearish on their progress, and that they're definitely going to dip and there will be no V. There will be no recovery. And to back this up, I have words of encouragement from Shadow here saying for Season 9, Shadow Garden aimed to hit top 10. Last season was a massive achievement for us to get to number 3, but it also took up a lot of resources and required us having a lot of members at their peak. Since Season 9 has begun, we have had a massive shakeup in our council, officers, and co-leads. Puppet has left for OP, which is, I believe that's Duality, after serving as co-leader for many months now and played a massive part I'm in last season's success. Likewise, Villain has also left for OP after serving as officer for many months. This means we've had to promote more people up to co-leader and officer to make sure we have enough members to actually be part of the council. That's about all for SG News, I suppose. Catch you later, silly little pie. And then he also said he was stepping down from leader to be the author for Blazing Beast, which I know he was trolling me. But yeah, so I had to say this. I do believe Shadow Garden will be in the top 10. I don't know if they'll be. I don't really think they'll be Celestial tier. But Shadow's really good at downplaying the success of his guild. Like while it's in progress, like he's always like everything's on fire. We're going to retire this season. It's the end. But then they're like top 3. You know? So I don't know. Is Shadow trolling me? I don't know. But good luck. Godspeed, everyone. Shadow says I am stepping down. I don't like you. I don't like you, Shadow. That better not be true. It is the end. I guess we'll find out. All right, moving on to the next section. And it's the new guilds with potential. So we're going to move on here because the newer guilds are in the lower tiers. Yeah. One more tier. Here we go. All right, so we're in rare tier. This is the 21 through 25th position. So about where you'd expect for newer guilds that have entered the SGL for the first time. And one of them, they hit the SGL last season, and that's Hell Troop. Here you can see them, skyrocketing when the season started and then getting knocked down to reality. That happens a lot here with the new season startup / shakeup. So nothing to be really concerned about until we see, more progress. But Hell Troop, this is a guild to keep our eye on. They breached the SGL from the tier 2 system, which we track here at the Couch Cat headquarters, at the Couch Cat YouTube channel. We track here at Couch Cat. But they're straight from tier 2. They smashed tier 2 and now they're here. And just keep an eye on them. I'm like, this guild, I've gone through the roster. I recognize no one. So I'm just like, yeah, this is kind of cool. This is great. Let's see what happens with Hell Troop. So I'm putting chips. I'm putting my chips behind Hell Troop here. And then Blazing Beasts, a tier 2 god, if you will. They gatekeeped like the 35th position for the longest time. They were never in the SGL, but one time, I believe. And then they just but here they are. Vex has finally got them above top 25, and Crazy Fi of all people has joined this guild. I don't know if that's going to help them. Crazy Fi is just kind of he's mid, you know what I mean, when it comes to warriors. That's not a personal attack, it's just true. He hasn't played the game in 2 years. But yeah, we got Blazing Beast here. Holy shit. So keep an eye on them. I'm just happy to see them here and not 34, 33 for the last year. Oh man. Plates is here. Surprised that Vex hasn't said anything at this point. I don't think Vex is here yet. Vex is sleeping probably. But those are new guilds with potential. Hell Troop, Blazing Beast. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, Vex, please do not end up getting kicked out of the SGL, out of the top 25, after a week of progress. All right. Wisteria, you're in top 25. You're number 16. I just have no predictions for you. Really. Okay, moving on to personal favorites. Besides Wolf, I have to say that because I'm in Wolf. I said that last season to make it clear. And they haven't really changed. Golden Arrows, and we'll go back to where they're at. And I think they're currently in the top 10, right? Yeah. So Golden Arrows here, I mean, they were one of my personal favorites from season 8 when they returned in Dosa was just ramping up. So I'm still bullish on Golden Arrows here, and I'm hoping for the best. The second guild is Helheim. I mean, I've already hyped them up with their top 10 prediction, but here's Helheim. They're still looking strong. They're like my new Prostor, so to speak, because when Prostor first hit the scene, they were like the salty underdog that constantly was battling between 15 and 10. And Helheim's got that in them, and they beat the shit out of Asgard. Die by Sword did want to mention that it was all in good fun. Asgard is their official rival. They've let go of Black Dragon 3rd Gen, like that shit's no more. But they consider Asgard peer to peer, and that it's their rival. It was a fun time because they had some wars at the very end there for positioning. And yeah, they're scrappy, dude. And then the next guild I have a personal attachment to for this season, even though I just basically said don't believe in the hype and watch out for Shadow, he's a snake. I why didn't it go up? Okay, here we go. My third and final favorite guild for season 9 here is Shadow Garden. So even though I just predicted they're probably going to decay out, they'll fall into the top 10 like legendary tier. They might even fall out of it depending on what happens. But I just from talking to Shadow all the time, building that rapport and friendship, playing games with him, and all the SG members who stop by the stream, I've just I've become a fan of their narrative, the constant this house is on fire sort of vibe. That's how I'm sorry, SG, if that's not true, but when I see this guild and I talk to all of you, I just have this vision of a house on fire. I do. I just have a vision of a house on fire, and I'm for it. And I generally like all the SG members. I haven't had a bad run in yet, so I am. I think you're going to fall this season, but I will be behind you every step. Every slip of the steps. So if that, I don't know, is that nice? I don't fucking know. House is on fire. We are nearly broke. Hey. Yeah. But those are my three favorites for season 9. So Golden Arrows, Helheim, and Shadow Garden. Of course, that doesn't mean I don't have other guilds that I'm rooting for here in the SGL. I mean, I am rooting for FR. I really want to see them return the form and be a Celestial Tier guild again. I am super interested in seeing Duality's progress. Just because these group of players are always successful, generally wherever they go. And with Chaotic at the helm, I want to see him do it. I want to see him do the damn thing. And yeah, I'm always a fan of TSL, even though they're bullies. They're the new Babel. They're gonna hate me. Bombs isn't here to stop me. But chat, I'm really interested. You know what really caught my eye when looking through this? Why the frick is Still Friendly 2 in the top 10? And why were they even higher than that? I am so confused. It's kind of like when I see Yi and other guilds like that, or like Gorilla Wizards, and they're like, we quit the game, but we're still here. I am always confused when I see Sunny Bunny 3xing the shit out of me every week, and seeing Still Friendly 2 continue to progress. I feel, I don't know if they're seriously competing, or they're just naturally good, kind of like the Forest, right? And they just push through the SGL just existing. But some of a part of me thinks if they could just consolidate Still Friendly 2 and then Friendly and just make a serious run and be a top 5 guild for once, just for one season, I'd be here all for it. I'd be like, yo, Wix, or Wick, excuse me, Wicked, Bunny, do the damn thing. But that's just me. I'm just so confused. I don't know. Shocked, offended, blasphemy. Ooh, how cool. But you like that. All right. So yeah, that's it. That does it for the prediction stream /VOD. Again, there's going to be chapters for the VOD squad out there. Hopefully, those who watch this live, you enjoyed it. Like the stream before you go. But we did go over my predictions for the Celestial tier, so the top 5 guild placements by the end of Season 9. Some possible contenders for Celestial tier, in and out of Season 9, which would be RS. Even though they announced, kind of being retired, kind of not. I don't... There's too much gray area with this, with these announcements, you know what I mean? We went over the possible top 10 upsets, whether that's guilds pushing above top 10 and Celestial tiers falling into the top 10, but further away from top 5. And then new guilds with potential, and my personal favorites besides Wolf, because I'm in Wolf Blood and I can't just sit here and go, my guild rocks, bro. Because it would just feel wrong, but I want to. Shadow Plays, welcome to the stream. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment on the VOD if you have more to add, if you have your own predictions. I did ask for some DMs. Shadow, thank you so much for doing that. If you had, if you're from a leadership position and you had something to say about your own guild or predictions, I'll continue to take those, because I will be doing a mid-season review, halfway through the season, and keep doing this. I enjoy it. I like it. All right, chat. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you to all the mods, all the YouTube members, and everyone else who just continues to show up, likes your stream, subscribes if you're new. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. And then join the Discord. The link's down in the description. And I'll see you all, hopefully, this upcoming Thursday at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern for the Couch Cat stream. Good night, everybody. I'm going to play some unoptimized Oblivion. What a way to end the stream. All right. Yes, okay, I'll do the spooky goodbye. You deserved it. All right, peace out. Let me turn this off. All right, let's do this thing. Caveman, what's in your pockets there, mister? Spooky. Yeah, it's only April. Oh my god, we have so long till Halloween. Jeez, sucks. Okay, peace out, chat.